the loose now today, she is the former daytime darling turned Strictly star turned acclaimed author. Is there no end to her talents? Fern Britton! So, Fern, are you ready to add being loose for the day to your list of accomplishments?
Absolutely. I can't wait. And I bring so many good wishes from people who are big fans of the show.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Well, if you want to ask Fern a question or if you just want to air your thoughts on what we're discussing today, best of luck. Now, today's guest is no stranger to our TV screens, a familiar face presenting on shows such as Ready, Steady, Cook, This Morning and Fern Meets. She also showcased her dancing skills on Strictly last year. And if that wasn't enough talent for one person, she has now put pen to paper again to become an accomplished writer, telling us about her third novel. Please welcome Fern Britton. So your third novel now.
I know, crazy.
Well done, yeah.
Isn't that bonkers?
It's really difficult to write a book,
It
isn't
is.
it? Yeah.
It is, yes.
Does it get more difficult? Because obviously everybody feels, oh, well, they've got a novel in them. And then what do you do once you've got that one out? And then you're asked to do another one. And then a third. Was it easier or more difficult?
Oh, this one was very difficult, and I don't know why. It was the first one I was asked to do 3-4 years ago, and I thought, oh, I don't think I can write 100,000 words. I don't think I can write a script. I mean, that's different. But they said, don't worry, we'll hold your hand and help you. And I was taught a lot. I was given a crash course, really. So fantastic. So the euphoria of getting that one out was like, yes, OK, here comes the second one. Right, I'm on my own. Right, OK, yes, I can do this. That gets you through. Then the third one, you think, oh, my gosh, I've got to do it again.
Did you do that thing where you treat it as a day's work and you go and lock yourself away and have breakfast, lunch and dinner sort of thing?
Yes, absolutely. So the children go to school, and then I should be writing from 10 till about 3 every day. But, of course, you know, I clear up the area cupboard.
Anything not to do.
Oh, yes.
Sort the mugs out.
Yeah, sort the mugs out. That's always a good one.
Can't
And my
possibly
pencil
start until the
pots is good.
skirting board is clean. That used to be my
Skirting board,
thing when I remember I was doing my finals at college. No, that skirting board is filthy. Right, toothbrush out.
Did you find it a kind of solitary existence, though? Did you have to kind of get into that zone of being, I'm on my own doing this?
Yeah, it is quite well, it is solitary, yes.
Yeah.
You can't ask anybody. But then you start to find the room. I work in a very small little office, very small, so that I face this wall, and if I go like that, I can reach the bookcase on this wall, you know, and the window's there, and I look at the dustbins, and the door's there, and I can shut it and shut the family out. So I'm in my little world that gets peopled suddenly by the characters in the book, and they do come and talk to you.
Yes.
They do come and tell you
So
what's
do you
going
have a
on.
beginning, middle and end in your head?
Yeah.
Or you have the basic storyline?
Yeah, I have to be kind of organised so that I know where I'm going with the story. I write roughly what's going to happen in each chapter and then start writing.
So it's called the Holiday Home. Two sisters, one house, the holiday of a lifetime. How did you come up with the idea of a plot? Is it linked to the other books or is it totally separate?
No, the only link is that they're all in Cornwall, and
Why Cornwall?
because I love Cornwall.
Do you?
It's the best place in the world. It's a
Yeah,
place where
I
I feel
agree.
really happy and comfortable, and I love the people there, and I've had some very, very happy times in Cornwall, and so it's my spiritual home.
So these people, did they come from people you know in Cornwall?
The house, the holiday house, does exist, and it belongs to a friend of mine, and so that did inspire me. It's the most beautiful house. This house is right on the cliffs, and underneath there are smugglers' caves that you can get to from the beach and all that. In the real house, unfortunately, it's set back from the beach, so that doesn't exist. But it's all there, the beach, the house, some of the people, they do exist.
So not friends of yours, it's not a real book that you can kind of relate to those people.
You would be able to say, even if it was.
No, she could.
Really?
No, well, I could, but no. I mean, there are people who've been inspired by people that I have known and loved, so they're there.
Is it a murder, or is it is it just about relationships and dynamics?
Yeah,
and
family dynamics. Absolutely, I think families are fascinating because you know, if something happens to a family, you stick together. Within the family, you're all punching each other up. And I think that's what's so interesting. You know, you're very loyal to each other, and yet within a family, there's all these sort of little picks and pokes and all those sort of things. So it's about the sisters who, one is a career woman who has a house husband, the other one who's decided to stay at home and has a career husband. Their parents have been very successful, and they're the parents who've bought the house. The girls have grown up in this lovely holiday house, having holidays there. Now they bring their husbands and their children. But the simmering feuds and things start to get going. And no one is innocent. You know, interesting third parties arrive who might be attractive to them, but also the parents themselves have been shielding this huge, holding this huge secret from the children that they find out.
Do you write visually? So could you see it as a TV?
Totally, isn't that awful?
Yes.
Yes, I write it like a
Story of you and me, Sherry.
Yes, that's it. Do you know that? You're on. One of you's got to be a bit more brunette, but otherwise you'd be fine.
Well, speaking of being on, you're going to stay on with us because we're going to go for a wee break now.
A wee break?
Oh, just a wee break. Well, not literally a wee break. Well, you at home can go for a wee break, but please come back. We're going to be chatting to Miss Britton. Now, but before the break, we were talking about the families involved in your book, but you've been delving into your family history, haven't you?
Well, there's an incredible programme ITV are doing, which is called, the working title was Back to the Workhouse, and we think it's now called Secrets from the Workhouse. So they go back into your archives, your own personal life, to see which members of your family had an association with workhouses, whether they were in the workhouse, whether they were running the workhouse, whether there was a good outcome either way. It was absolutely fascinating, and I had no idea, and this isn't that long ago, you know, 150 years or something. And the family they've gone back to are from my mother's side, and so we were talking about my great-great-grandfather and his children, and it makes me feel a bit shivery now, because I found his name was the most wonderful name. He was called Friend. That was his Christian name. And all my children then go, oh, I'm having that, my child's going to be called There's someone called Jesse. And they go, no, mine's going to be called Jesse, a man called Jesse. And it was about this particular man, Friend, who worked and worked until he was 90, I think, and what happened to him in the end. I won't spoil it.
Well, we've got a little clip, actually,
really?
just to show you. Let's take a little look.
I haven't seen this. Now, I have got a copy of the death certificate of my great-great-great-grandfather. And he has the most marvellous Christian name of Friend. He's called Friend Carter, and he died in the workhouse. And whatever he did well, because we're all right now.
Right, so here we have the 1871 census.
Yes.
Can you see who we've got on there?
Oh, yes.
There's Friend Carter. And can you see what he's doing
It
there?
says
Agricultural
agricultural labourer.
So he's still working at the age of 64. And it's hard work. It wouldn't have been easy for him.
God, what an extraordinary man.
Yeah. You had no idea of any of that before this programme.
And that was in the church where I discovered he was married. So you're taken to this building, go, he walked down this aisle, he was married here. And then taken to a medical place. I won't go into how or what or where. And I went jokingly, oh, I suppose this is... And they just looked at me. Oh, it was. So anyway, you'll find out. But it's great. It's really good.
Wow. Did you enjoy the whole thing of being back in telly? Because obviously, you know, you're talking about being such a solitary experience, sitting on your own writing a book. Was it good to get back into it?
Oh, it was lovely. Suddenly a car turns up outside your house and you're driven down the motorway. It's a lovely place. And people give you lunch and, you know, they look after you and there's people to talk to. Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it.
How about being back on telly, though? What about Strictly?
Strictly fantastic.
Have you had the most fantastic time on that?
Yes, I did. It was incredible. Not physically exhausting. People ask me that. Mentally and emotionally, very tiring, isn't it? Concentrating all the time, counting to music. Well, you've done this Dancing on Ice. But it was the most extraordinary experience. I'm so glad I had it. It's taken a little while to sort of come out of the bubble a bit. Did you find that?
You're very trapped in that... Well, not trapped in that world. You enjoy that little world.
Yes.
It sort of isolates you.
And you know, you looked brilliant. The clip we've got now, never mind your feet doing all the fancy footwork, it's the look of exhilaration on your face that I love. Take a look at this.
Kids' reaction to Mum strutting her stuff? Did they love it?
Well, you know, they're used to me being... for all their lives, I've been doing something ridiculous, and so they just like,
Did you enjoy the fake tan part of it?
You see, I loved it.
Bill
Absolutely
didn't
loved
know,
it.
did he?
No, they spray you up on Friday night before the live show on Saturday. So on Friday nights, I'd be in the spare room. So, because fair enough, he just can't bear it. So that's fine.
It does
and he's
smell
just
a
been
wee
away
bit.
for 3 weeks working, filming away in the Far East. So I've been putting it on every day. It's been lovely.
I've got a question here from a viewer from Sidella. Which a lovely name. Have Fern and Phil got plans for their 13th wedding anniversary on the 24th of May?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, 13. I think that's lace. Is it lace? Somebody will tell us.
know.
But what we normally do is get in a takeaway and a bottle of wine and sit down and just enjoy being at home with everybody. That's quite enough, you know. It is. It's lovely. And to spend time together is the most precious thing. And in your own home.
You can relax more, actually, I think.
Keep your gym jams on, watch
Yeah.
Coronation Street. Life is good, you know.
Do you have a, you know, we just sort of just hit on the thing that they're saying that it's sort of that drinking in the house is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Do you think it is? Because you've just said you enjoy a tip
Yes.
when you and Phil sometimes
Yes,
at home.
yes. Oh, absolutely. I mean, there have been periods in my life when definitely I've been that moment of perhaps it's 6:30, 7 o'clock, think, I need a drink. 5 o'clock sometimes, I need a drink.
Yeah.
And then you think, I do think to myself, sometimes do I actually need one or shall I make a cup of tea? Boring, but... And often it's just that you need some liquid.
Yeah.
And you have a cup of tea. If it's a summer's evening, you go out and do some deadheading, just take your mind off it. But there were moments when I thought, oh, that could get quite insidious. Yeah.
You can see how it can slip.
Totally. And you have to just take a grip and step back before it does get a grip on you.
Yeah. Fern, it is lovely to have you on for a wee natter with us. The book is out now, The Holiday Home. It's Fern Britton, everyone. OK, that's it for today. See you tomorrow at